Hello students. So in today's class we are going to discuss about electric conductors and insulators. And in the previous class we have discussed about electric switch, how to make an electric switch with the simple things that is available in our home, right? And now let us discuss what is meant by a conductor and what is meant by an insulator. For example, the materials that allow the electric current to pass through them are called conductors. Got it? And in case if the materials were not allowing the electric current to pass through them are known as insulators. So some simple examples that you can consider regarding this conductors and insulators are, for example, if you're connecting the wires, if you're about to connect the wires from the electric cell to the electric bulb, instead of making use of a wire, a copper wire, if you make use of a cotton thread, will the bulb tends to glow? It will not glow, right? Because a cotton thread, it is a poor conductor of electricity, which is called as an insulator, where the electric current will not flow through that. So what will happen? The bulb will not glow. Whereas if you connect with the if you connect the electric cell and the electric bulb with a copper wire, what will happen? The bulb will glow because of the passage of current, because copper wire is a good conductor of electricity. Got it? And now, based on this, let us discuss what are the other things you can do with the help of this. So, how can you test whether the things are conductors or insulators? So, here what they have done, a conduction tester. They have used the electric cell, wires, and the electric bulb. But here in this place, there is a break in the circuit. I have already told you where the circuit, when we are connecting all the electrical components together, we should not leave any space in between. There, everything should be in contact with each other, all the electrical components. So if there is going to be a break in between, it will the there is a there the circuit is considered to be incomplete. Yes, when the circuit is incomplete, what will happen? The bulb will not glow. So there is a break in the circuit. So this represents there is a break in the circuit and the bulb will not glow over here. But they have connected the free ends of the wire with the help of a key over here. See, testing whether the bulb glows when the tester is in contact with the key. Key is made up of a metal. It is made up of metal, right? So metal is a good conductor of electricity. So what will happen when you connect this free ends of the wire with the help of the key, and we are checking whether it conducts electricity or not? Yes, it is conducting electricity, and because of that, what is happening here? The bulb is glowing. Now you understood the reason. So this key you can consider as the conductor of electricity. And now apart from this metal key, you can also collect some different materials, like samples such as coins, cork or rubber, and then glass, keys, pins, plastic scale, wooden block, aluminium foil, and then candles, sewing needles, so thermocol. So whatever things that is available in your home, collect all the samples together, and in the place of key you try with each and every material that you have collected. So instead of this key, you can connect the free ends of the wire with a coin and check whether it is conducting electricity or not, or you can try it out with the wood, or you can try it out with the rubber, then glass, or pins, safety pins, and then plastic scale, aluminium, and then candle. So you can try with each and every material to check whether the respective material conducts electricity or not. And when the material that conducts electricity, that is considered as conductors. So separate the current carrying conductor materials separately, and the materials that do not conduct electricity, separate them together. Yes, so you can easily identify which is a conductor and which is an insulator by doing this particular experiment. Right. So as well you can prepare a tabular column like this. In this tabular column, you can fill it up with the materials that you have collected so far. If it is a key, eraser, scale, matchstick, glass bangle, iron nail, so whichever materials that you have collected so far, and what the material is made up of, what type, and all these things. After mentioning over here, you have to check whether the bulb is glowing or not when you connect it with the electrical circuit. So if it glows, you have to give an S. So if it is going to be yes, you can come to a conclusion, yes, it is a conductor of electricity. If it does not glow, it is an insulator, that is, it does not conduct any electricity. So which means you can come to a conclusion, the materials that do not allow electric current to pass through them are known as insulators, and the materials that allow the electric current to pass through them are called conductors of electricity. You got it? So this is how you can easily differentiate between a conductor and insulator, and that is the reason why copper, aluminum, and other metals are used for making wires. So most of the wires, if you have noticed, it is made up of copper or aluminum and other metals also they make use of to make wires. And when it comes to insulators, so what are the other applications you can consider? As an example over here, you can consider the rubber and plastics, which is used for covering the electrical wires. So most of the wires has been covered with the plastic coating. Have you ever seen? So those plastics are used for covering for the as the outer covering of the electrical wires, and then switchboards, which is made up of plastic, and other parts of electrical appliances. So all these things are considered as insulators, which will not allow the electric current to pass through them outside. So for safety purposes, they make use of this plastics and rubber as the outer covering. So that is the reason why these materials are used as insulators as the outer covering on all the electrical appliances. You got it? And switches, electrical plugs and sockets are made of conductors. So switches. Yes, so these are the other applications where you can consider for conductors and insulators. And one more thing you have to keep in mind, our human body is a good conductor of electricity. So that's why we have to be very careful when we are handling electrical appliances. So we have to be much more careful when we are dealing with all the electrical appliances. And we have come to the end of the lesson. As well, we have discussed about lots of things regarding this electricity and circuits lesson, children. I hope you understood this class. Thank you.